Hey, what's going on YouTube? Alabama Reloader here. So, yeah. Ruger M77 shot like hot garbage. Yeah. At the first range trip, not great. It just really doesn't like this stuff. This is the Hornady Precision Hunter 178 grain ELDX loading. And there's really not a ton of factory ammunition available or options available in 300 Ruger Compact Magnum. It's basically an obsolete cartridge for the most part these days. It's just, there's not much available for it, right? So picked up a couple boxes of this stuff just to put something through the rifle to get brass so we can begin our reloading journey. And yeah, just in general, didn't shoot that great, but who knows? Maybe we can achieve some stellar results with things like the North Fork 165 grain, which is pretty light for that cartridge, 165 grain bonded bullet, or the Meguiar Ballistics 156 grain copper rose bullet that I just got from those guys. Shout out to them. This is already, you guys have seen this. This is already shot amazingly well. It's funny, guy in the comment section was like, we're overusing the word insane, because I put that in the title of the video that the results were insane, which for me, when you shoot 8 3-shot groups between 2 different cartridges and your average across both, or your average group size for all 8 is .533, so basically ½ inch. That's pretty good. I'll take that. Out of 2 factory rifles, I'll take that all day long. It's not some custom gun or rebarrel job or anything like that. I mean, I'll take that. So these shot really well. I'd like to try them here in 300 Ruger Compact Magnum. The problem is, I ain't got a ton of them, right? So I need to be a little selective on using these guys, but I would like to test them in comparison to these. I don't have a ton of these either, but I'd like to use these as well. These are the 168 grain version, so slightly bigger, a little bit longer. I showed you the comparison in that other video, a little bit longer in comparison to the 156. Well, that one's down there somewhere. That's the plan. I'd like to shoot both of those. Those are going to be those 2, and then the Barnes 175 LRX. Those will be some solid copper options. I also have a whole big old box of, I believe those are 180 grain Hornady CX bullets that I wouldn't mind trying out as well. I'm trying to think any more solid copper stuff. I think that might be it for 30 cal solid copper. So that, and then also, let's see, these so far shoot like garbage, at least out of the factory ammunition, so I don't really know if I want to waste my time with those. These guys, these would probably be a good option to try. Nosler AccuBond 180 grain, AccuBond would be a great hunting bullet, or these Sierra 200 grain Game King. I mean, that'll definitely get the job done on some deer. So I also have these guys. Big old 220 grain round nose interlock bullets from Hornady. So a lot of stuff on the table, 30 cal wise, that I want to try in the 300 Ruger Compact Magnum. The performance on target though, not stellar. Okay, I was shooting a bunch of 3-shot groups is kind of how I did it, but I was shooting at the exact same point of aim, which I've already pulled the paper target off of here, but I went back and marked the point of aim. So this little bitty hole right here, I just poked a hole in there to basically let you know, here's the point of aim, right? And then here are the points of impact. So you can see these over here, these are for a different cartridge, so don't worry about those. But there's 4 3-shot groups maintaining the same point of aim. So you can see just how scattered all of this is, right? I mean, it's not great. Not great at all. Not even close to great. Not even close to decent. Let's see. yeah, I mean, you're talking probably 5 inches at 100 yards. That's terrible. So nothing really to write home about with the factory ammunition. Just didn't get lucky on this one. I know some people, man, they're able to go shoot factory ammunition and it just performs really, really well for them. For me, most of the time, I don't have that luck. I don't share that luck like you guys do. This was the picture of the target that they sent back with the rifle whenever they had to, you know, obviously put the correct bolt in the gun and ship it back. They did test fire 3 rounds in the rifle. This is at 50 yards with this ammo. Now I will say the 165 grain SST, I don't think I actually have the 165. Let me double check here. Okay, no, I've got the 180. So I've got the 180 and I've got the 150 right there. So I've got the 180 and the 150 SST. That's also something that we could mess around with. Maybe go, I mean, I was saying the 165 was a little light for this cartridge, which in my opinion it is. If you're gonna get a Magnum, then the whole point is to be like pumping up the volume in terms of weight of the bullet, right? More mass heading down range is the way I look at it, right? There's kind of 2 schools of thought when it comes to getting some type of Magnum cartridge. It's like, hey, we can go a little bit lighter and we can go faster, okay, so we can increase our speed, or it allows us to deliver much higher payload on target. I'm more of a higher payload on target kind of guy. So my plans for this cartridge was going to be to tip more to the heavy side, right? 180 and above. I was definitely going to try the lighter solid copper options for sure, but I was really wanting to focus in on like the 180 and above class bullets for this cartridge. But at 50 yards, you know, 3-shot group, not terrible with a little bit lighter bullet. So who knows, maybe we'll go the lighter route and it might shoot really well. Maybe this rifle just likes, you know, round 165 grain stuff, which is fine with me. I don't really care what the rifle's gonna prefer because I got a mountain of these guys too. We can feed them some 165 grain Game Kings. Really doesn't matter. We got a lot of options. I just wanted to show you guys the terrible range results that I got. Now I shot more than 12. I shot some other rounds not on this target, on a different target, but it's the exact same stuff. It's garbage. It's terrible. I have 13 rounds to go, so I have shot 27 so far. I've got 40 rounds total, so I'll have 40 pieces of brass to work with once I get through shooting all this factory ammunition. Next range trip, I'll get through the last 13, and then we'll be able to come back and start the reloading process for this guy, which is going to be pretty straightforward. We're going to approach this the same way I approach just about everything else when it comes to reloading. I want to try to keep things as simple as possible. Be using a full-length resizing die. We'll trim the brass if we need to, and we'll be doing that. Haven't decided. I don't think Lee actually makes one of these for 300 Ruger Compact Magnum. I need to go back and double check. I don't believe they do. So if they don't, then we'll just do all of the trimming over here on the Forster trimmer. So no big deal there. One way or the other, we'll get the brass trimmed if it needs it. And then of course, chamfer and deburr over here on the Case Prep Express. Probably haven't decided on which primers I want to start with. I've got a few different brands I could try. Not exactly sure which one I'm going to go with. I've got Federal, CCI, and Remington large rifle Magnum primers. I might actually have Winchester as well. I might have 4. I have 4 different brands, so we can play around with that too if that's something I want to tweak. But just right off the bat, I would like to try to find something that this rifle is going to be happy with, right? I'm not expecting, you know, 1/2-inch groups every time I go out to the range. This rifle, it's really more so I need it to be able to punch a deer at 200 yards, right? It's got what, a 2 to 8 power scope on it, or 2.5 to 8, whatever that. I think it's 2 to 8 scope on it, and that's what it's going to be used for. So this is not going to be something long range. I don't need ultra precision out of this whole setup. Something around MOA would be acceptable, right, for me. But I am interested in trying out the powders. I believe Superformance, I want to say Superformance is, it keeps popping up in a lot of the load data that I can find as a really, really good option for this cartridge. So I'm looking forward to that because I've got like 10 pounds of that stuff. It'd be nice to put that to use. But that's it. That's where we're going to leave it. Basically the opposite of what we got out of the 308 and the 30 Thompson Center with the McGuire Ballistics bullet. Now we're going on the other side to where it's just garbage results, but that's all part of it. I just need to burn through this stuff, get the brass, and then we can start the real fun. So that's it. That's where we're going to leave it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll catch you next time. Y'all have a good one.